What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to be going over the breaking financial news that has just come out today. There's been a tsunami of financial and economic news that's going to make a big impact on our lives. So you need to understand what is happening in the Australian economy right now. Let's get into it. So the topics that we're going to talk about in this video is the extension to mortgage holidays, extension to JobKeeper, and bringing forward personal income tax. Let's get into it. So first things first, we're going to go over is the extension to mortgage holidays that were due to expire along with JobKeeper in September. That was creating an economic cliff. Now banks are talking that they're going to allow extensions for up to 4 months for customers still impacted by the current situation. So customers were granted up to 6 months in loan deferrals, and up to 800,000 customers have taken up that offer. Now, they're saying a lot of customers are actually going to be able to start recommencing their payments, but they're going to offer a more targeted 4-month extension for customers that are no longer able to make their payments and either extend the loan or turn it to interest only. Now, in my previous video, which I'll put a card up here on the Australian property market update, I put in a prediction that property prices could fall 20 to 30% unless JobKeeper and mortgage holidays were extended. And of course, the banks have their balance sheets interests at heart, not their customers at heart, and they're extending the mortgage holidays. What is the economy turning into? It's turning into a zombie economy. And this recession could head into a depression if the banks and if the government didn't put these processes in place. So now let's look up what Josh Frydenberg, the Treasurer of Australia, is talking about with further extensions to the job seeker payment. Scott Morrison and Josh Frydenberg have just announced today that they will be extending a more targeted income support payment like JobKeeper after September. That was because there was going to be an economic cliff in September with loan deferral payments expiring and also JobKeeper and job seeker expiring. But with the uncertainty that's happening now, with the second wave potentially coming and Melbourne going into lockdown, that is going to cost the economy $1 billion approximately a week, because the Melbourne economy contributes 25% of Australia's GDP. So widely as expected, the government and the banks are kicking the can down the road just a bit further so they can have more time to figure out how they can stimulate the economy. Along with this, Josh Frydenberg has just teased us with talking about the live option of bringing forward personal income tax. And with this, they would make just one big tax bracket of 40,000 to 200,000, where you were taxed at no more than 30 cents in the dollar. And hey, I'm all about personal income taxes. And this would motivate people to work more, because instead of, say for example, if you're working a job and your boss offers you overtime, but then that puts you into the higher tax bracket, you might say, look, it's not really worth it. Where this will incentivize people to work more, and at the end of the day, it puts more money in your back pocket, which is great news. That is, unless the government increases things like GST and figures out another way to take money from us. With the new personal tax cuts, the average taxpayer that earns $40,000 a year would save $585 a year. The taxpayer that earns $90,000 up to $90,000 would save $1,080 a year. And people earning up to $200,000 would be better off $2,565 per year. So clearly they say this is targeted middle income earners, but I don't think earning $200,000 is really classified as a middle income earner. So with loan deferrals extended, with JobKeeper most likely extended, and with personal income tax cuts coming forward, what will this do to the Australian economy? Well, no one really knows. But if I wanted to take a guess, I still expect property prices to keep declining, because Airbnb is not coming back anytime soon, and that will put those properties on the market. International students are still not coming back anytime soon, which the inner city apartments have been crashing a lot. In Carlton, an inner city suburb in Melbourne, prices have already dropped 30%. That is a huge decline. And with the second lockdown, I expect prices to continue to fall. But personal income tax, that sounds great. I know for me, for one, will be trying my best to take advantage of personal income tax, and I've been working overtime a lot lately, and it'll really help to not be penalised for trying to work harder to get ahead and just have that flat income tax bracket. Now, can this just keep being kicked down the road a little bit longer? How long can the government just keep extending these schemes, and how long can the banks just keep extending these mortgage holidays and loan deferrals? Well, maybe they could keep doing it for another year, another 2 years. Maybe they'll just keep doing it until the economy recovers. Even economists are now saying that the government doesn't actually have to pay back their debt, and that they can just borrow, and the Reserve Bank of Australia will buy the government bonds that they issue. And as long as the economy grows faster than the interest, that they don't technically have to pay it back. Say, for example, you take a loan of $10,000 and you can't afford to pay it with your current income. But if you increase your income 5% every year and the interest is only 3%, you could potentially grow your income faster than the debt, and the debt becomes valued less due correlating with your income. And that is what the government is trying to do right now. So guys, I hope this brought you value. And if it brought you value, please like for the holy YouTube algorithm. And comment your thoughts below. What do you think is going to happen to the Australian economy? Do you think that the government will just keep on extending these schemes, and the banks? Do you think that these personal income tax cuts will be brought forward? Or do you think they're just teasing us? And do you think that things like GST will be increased to counteract those costs? Okay guys, I'll see you in the next video.